Well, and am I correct that they only pay for the trees, so this time all the labor is up to us,
Well, I mean, they give us just $1,000.
and we can use it how?
Yeah, if
Is
we
that
want,
how?
yeah, it says you will receive $1,000 grant through Mid-American. Trees, please, and the check will be delivered. You fulfill your commitment to making your community a better place to live. And there's stipulations of what you can't use it. You got to use it for, when I said parks, trails, that sort of thing.
But it doesn't say just trees.
It doesn't say just trees. You can only use it to buy trees. You can't use it to, well,
Does it cover labor is what
well,
I'm
these grants
asking?
must be used for the purchase of trees only.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, that again is kind of a nebulous,
You could, I think,
I would think,
that have included the labor
Yeah.
and whatever, I don't think that they're gonna,
I mean,
I
it's kind of
the reason I'm asking is because I was on from the minutes to see if I could find anything on the internet and so forth. And so part of that was given like to Indiana was Frito-Lay's and the Arbor Day Foundation. And some of those said trees. And then the city had to do the labor
Yeah,
and the
well, see,
upkeep.
it doesn't say anything about labor here as far as anybody planting them. It just says money must be used for the purchase of trees only. When I thought that meant no shrubbery or this sort of thing, it was trees that they were wanting you to purchase. But it doesn't say anything about labor. Like you said, you must.
Because last time when we got, when we did it with Tom Lake,
Yeah.
why, he did it so much a tree, but that included his labor.
Right. Yeah.
would we ever wanna purchase the trees and, and I'm just throwing the idea out, of maybe a youth organization incorporating them into a tree planting project? Or do we want to go with, somebody professionally putting it together?
You're going to need somebody supervising to make sure they're put in the correct depth.
Right. It would
Yeah.
take somebody knowing what
Just
we're
not to
doing.
dig a hole and throw them in.
Yeah.
So that's one of the other problems. But yeah, that might be a possibility. That could be part of your matching funds if you had volunteers to do that.
Yeah, and here that will create more work for us.
Yeah.
And is that something we want
Yeah.
to take on too?
I guess that would be another question to ask them. Is it just purchasing the tree, or does it also include the labor to put, what I mean? I'll ask them that to see. But I can't see where it wouldn't, but who knows what their interpretation is and what ours is.
Are there any classes at the school now that are something that would be connected at all? If we could ask a class to help us on labor? I know they had a greenhouse,
Is that still, do they still use that,
Not here, they don't. They have, of course, the FFA has that greenhouse down in Lakeview.
Okay.
because they sold plants.
Yeah, I don't know if they're, I don't think, well, I couldn't tell you, I don't know whether they're using it or not.
I think, could I check on that?
Sure.
Okay.
So you're going to check in Lakeview?
Well, check the school, they would know what's available
Okay.
at Lakeview too, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, I would think so.
And they would probably.
The only thing is, up here, you're looking at smaller children. It's just junior high would be the only ones, as far as, if you're gonna have them involved in planning. You're not talking about real,
I'll ask.
yeah.
And junior high,
But
Sometimes they're better.
But I think that greenhouse is strictly used for storage. That's what it looked like to me. We walk by there every day.
But they did
Didn't
sell
say.
plants.
Yeah, at one time, they might.
Well, I think from Lakeview.
Lakeview, they
High
sold plants.
schoolish now, they
Yeah.
sold plants last year, so they
Mhm.
must have something down there.
Yeah, oh yeah, Lakeview has it, with the, through the
And,
FFA.
you know, how about
OA.
4-H, for heaven's sake? We've got
Sure.
some really
Yeah.
good kids in the 4-H program.
Yeah. And I think we could, we could find some other volunteers too that we want to help, if we want to go that route. But again, like you said, it's more work for us to do it, so that's a
No
decision we have
question. Yeah.
to decide on. Or if we
And
can,
that's a thing that we're gonna have to decide ourselves.
Yep.
Do we wanna do that, or
do we want to just
do
say?
we just wanna hire a gun and say, we got
Contract, like
2,000?
Tom or somebody else to come in and say, we want X number of trees here, and this is where we want them,